What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Super pumped to have you guys back. And sorry I look like I just robbed a 7-Eleven. And I actually feel like I just robbed this 7-Eleven because I went out this weekend with the family. We took the kids out before they went back to school. You know, they went back to school today. So, and I got food poisoning from one of the restaurants we went and ate at. We went to a seafood restaurant, and I love seafood. Well, I don't know if I'll ever eat it again after this, because the last 2 days I felt like I ain't even gonna tell you what the things that went through my body. I ain't even gonna, y'all didn't want to know. So but I want to go ahead and talk about, before we get into today's video, I want to talk about what y'all have done in the last couple of days. So 2 days ago I put up the video of the first part of the teardown of the Detroit engine. The scam truck. The guy got screwed out of $20,000, and I had him bring it to me so I could try to help him get it on the road, and ended up having to tear the motor apart and rebuild it. So I talked Shane into putting a GoFundMe up, and he did. Well, I put it on the last YouTube video, and it has went crazy. As of right now, we've raised over $4,000, and Adam Langworthy, one of our fans on YouTube, actually just sent us a $3,600 receipt and tracking number for a PDI turbo, manifold, spacers, exhaust kit, everything for the PDI side of it, for the turbo side of it. So that right there, he's got a bad A turbo coming for it, and a fan done that. And I called and talked to him. I said, hey man, you know, that's really awesome, you know, you didn't have to do that. And he said, man, I've been there. He said, I'd still be sitting on the side of the road if it wasn't for my boss and my wife helping me. And I just appreciate what you're doing. So, super cool guy. Thank you for that. And everybody that's donated to the GoFundMe so far, thank you. And if you want to donate to the GoFundMe, right now I think it's around $4,000. The more it makes, guys, the better this truck's going to be. We're going to fix the motor, the brakes, fix the roof. And I'd love to be able to paint the truck, make it like his dream truck. That would be the ultimate goal, and it's going to cost about $15,000 to do that. So if you guys want to help out, go help Shane out, go for it. I'm going to do the work. I just need a little help paying for the parts, and you guys have done that. So thank you so much. I'm happier than Dale Earnhardt winning the darn Daytona 500, and I'm telling you right now, that's the best feeling in the world. So thank you. And guys, I'm going to let you go watch the video. And we got a lot going on, so I can't wait to get some more videos put out. And I'm starting to feel better, so I'll be editing some videos while I'm laying in the bed. So I'll see you guys later. Woo, me and Brax made it down here. It is right now 15 degrees. He wants to see if that forklift is right. I know it won't. That no starting fluid. Oh, no, it's in reverse. But we've got to get this thing fired up. I got to peel the stickers off. We're putting some new rubber on it. I got them new Yokohamas to go on it. And got to get the my little brother and Waddy finished putting the dash back together. I've still got to replace that thing because it looks like crap. And get it a good cleaning. I need the cover for the fuse box. Just a few things to finish the interior. And I got a new seat coming for it. Let's see if this thing will start. I'm sure it will not. Told you. Try it now. Come on, baby. I need some starting fluid. Too cold to even start that thing. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff to move around. I've got to get the motor, finish pulling that motor apart on the scam truck. get the Volvo fired up. That is what we're taking to the sled pull. So I've got to put the lockers in it. I got a set of lockers to go in it. I gotta get the lockers in it. I got a set of injectors and a cam. And tune the ECM, that baby will be ready to rumble. We're going for 1,000 horsepower, 1,200. And I'm gonna go down there and put on a show with that thing. That truck will pull the wheels off the ground when you got the lockers in it and pulling hard, so be a good show. Fire this and up, let it warm up. This thing will start. These Detroits, they like to start, but they sound crazy when they do. Oh, I got an exhaust leak we gotta fix. All right, let's go ahead and fire the International up. Stickers off this thing and popping. She is a popping. Guys, this is my favorite truck. I love this dang truck. Got a couple exhaust leaks we gotta fix. That bad boy warm up for a little while. We gotta go warm the shop up. Woo, it's cold out here this morning. There you go. Guys, which one do you like better? The N14 525 Cummins or the Series 60s? I think they sound a lot better when you fire them up. They just make a lot more drama. I like the drama of it. Boy, it is cold today. But we're getting warmed up. We're getting ready to crawl up under this truck and get warmed up, actually. So, went ahead and pulled the oil plug out of it and drained the oil, which I did some cleaning on this thing yesterday. Look at these cylinders. That one's already down. Look at the, like, I feel like they're egg-shaped, like they're, the liners are kind of out around, and it could be from heat. Because I'm sure the way that radiator was, this thing's had to be hot numerous times. And went ahead and pulled the oil plug. And the oil is just, I mean, shiny. So, and looky there. It's on the oil plug. This thing was supposed to have been just serviced right before he brought it down here. Which a nasty oil plug, like on a freshly built motor, is pretty normal. But you would have gold oil and, you know, have a little bit of metallic to it. Your first couple oil changes on a brand new motor would look sort of like this. Not like this, but like it would have some trash on it from where you build it. Because you're never going to get a motor clean. Not on these. I don't care who builds it, where at, how clean your shop is. You'll never build one of these motors and have a super clean first oil change. You're always going to have a little something in it on the oil plug, usually 2 or 3 oil changes. So my motor builder, before I started building my own, Mike Jefferson, he's up near La Follette, and I'm talking, this guy's an A1 motor builder. I was up there, last time I was up there, he said, I finally had a comeback. and like, cause he warranties his motors good. And I'm like, oh shoot, really? Like, I've never heard of any of his motors he's ever built come back for something that he done. He said, yeah, it's got 1.1 million on it. It's time for a rebuild. And that's the complete truth, guys. Like, I've had him build me a motor and put 1,000,000 miles on it and never touch it. Not one time, other than taking it back to him, let him run the rack on it. Any of his motors he builds for me, I always take them back to him, let him run the rack. And I'm talking not changing bearings, not nothing, and get 1,000,000 miles out of it. That Volvo, he built that motor, let's see here, in 2014, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 9 years ago. He built that motor 9 years ago, and we've never touched it. Not one time have we touched that motor. Dad pulled it apart to do the jakes on it when his jakes got weak on it. So he pulled it apart, ran the rack, and did the jakes on it. And he had one of those roller bearings that was going out. And that was just because, you know, when we built the motor, we just reused the same rack. So guy was really good, and I think he's pretty much retired now. That's why I build my own motors. And the last time I built one, I called him. I said, oh man, Mike, I got some trash in the oil. And he said, Tim, don't worry about it. He said, anytime you change or build one of these motors, I don't care how clean you are, you're going to have some trash in it. He said, so the first 3 oil changes, don't even sweat it unless it's just some kind of crazy amount of metal and a lot of metallic in your oil. He said, don't worry about it. And sure enough, first 3 oil changes, I had some trash in it. I think I even had a leaf in it. One oil change, which could have been when we was rerunning the rack after we built it. But it had some trash in it, and I was scared to death. And it was using some oil. I think we used like 2 gallons the first week, and the next week it used, I think, 2 gallons. And the third week, it just completely quit. It's never used a drop of oil since. We put about 300,000 or 400,000 miles on it, and not had the first problem out of it. No blow by. The motor's perfect. We have had to change some injectors, which is a common thing with a Detroit. If you don't put remans or new ones in it right off the rip. If you get a good set of remans, you don't have to worry about it. But a lot of times the reman injectors give issues too. If you get a brand new set, a lot of times they'll go a long ways. But I feel like heat has had a lot to do with with this motor, and it's nowhere near new. I mean, this motor is not, there's no way possible this motor's got 20,000 miles on it, period. I mean, look at this head. Look at that, that ain't been off anytime recently. They may have put a head gasket on it. If they did, they just yanked it off and stuck it right back on. Just who wouldn't? I mean, you seen how clean the paint was on one side. Well, you can see they painted it with the exhaust manifold on it. And on the same thing on the intake side. Ain't got no paint on it. See, there's some places you can't get to with that stuff left on there. So, yeah, I'm 1,000% sure I can say now that this thing was not rebuilt. Here we had to fire the old, Mr. Heater up. I forgot what the name of it was. Trying to get these bolts out of the oil pan. Guys, this does beat doing this on the side of the road, because I've had to do this on the side of the road before, which sucks. There we go. Now she'll come out of here. She should. Come on. Gotta drop the oil pump real quick. Ooh, look how nasty. Look at that brand new motor. Woo! I can't say that enough. I just can't say it enough. I gotta quit saying it though. It's getting on my nerves. I'm getting on my own nerves. Alright, let's drop this oil pump. That's definitely gonna need to be replaced. And start pulling some pistons, see what they look like. Alright, so these are pretty simple to yank out. this side. You just lay your oil pan over. You guys are right up in here with me. Yeah, what kind of footage is that? Perfect. Alright, come on. Oh, I missed. Alright, one more bolt. We can get to it. Oh man. Done it twice. I should have swept his oil dry up, but I figure I'd be making another mess. Alright, there's one bolt. I gotta find that. There it is. There's two bolts. Alright. Now, all we've got to do is let that fall down in the pan. Drop your oil pan. Here? What? Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's nasty. I'm telling you, this motor is war plumb smack. Look at them liners. Tell me you ever seen one that bad. I mean, you can see it clearly.
Yeah, look at them pits. Yeah, they ain't new.
We're out in it. This is the nastiest motor I've ever seen. I am not believing that. The air bubbles? No, that's grit. It is all grit. Holy crap, that is nasty. I've never seen a cylinder that bad. Even when I've fried one. Yep, guys, that is ridiculous. Yeah.
So the paint good? Longer than it.
Yep, that's what they done. Turn this off. Woo. That's why I wanted to see the oil pan, just to see how bad it was. Look at all these fancy smancy tools we got. I didn't even know we had them. This chain's got a hook on it. A hook on both sides.
You'll see that right there lifted up perfectly level and everything. Yeah.
Well,
Spinning around.
when these FLDs, you gotta pull them at an angle.
It does. You can just take your strap, put up here, pull it right out. And if it wasn't for this thing, that little gadget, I would never got the head out of that red truck. When I did,
Yeah, I do like that. Guess we'll try it out when we put it back together. Well, that sucks. Alright, first one's loose. Just have a roll bearings in her.
There it goes.
Ew.
Knock it down.
ahead and turn it same way you was turning it a minute ago. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Right there, a little bit more. Alright, she should be yours. Get it or no?
No, it's fine.
Thing is not wanting to come out. Turn the motor a little bit.
Wait on this, sorry.
A little bit. Other way. Other way. A little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there.
There you go, grab it, hurry! Oh! More time, Timmy. Yeah! Right in here.
Alright guys, first one's out, now we're going to get another one out.
Those keepers on the same side of the block, right? You take them off.
Huh?
The keepers, the locks, the bearings are on the same side, right?
Yeah.
On these diesels.
Yeah.
Take them off. Alright. There's no marks on these which way they go.
I'm gonna hand you this one exactly how.
So make sure when that comes off, make sure the keeper's on the right side. Oh, I see what it is. I just need to look in there and see where the side of the caps are.
Alright.
Ready?
Dad. Right like this.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Here.
tip the cap, the locks on this guy is. I see it.
Here.
You're right.
Alright, David, turn it. Going up, right there. Here. Here, Dad. There's number 2.
Yeah.
And we'll inspect them once I get them out, guys. But that's pretty much the process. You got to get them knocked out. And, usually I'll just use wood. But with these, I'm going to replace the rods anyway, so I ain't really worried about it. They're just going to be ornaments now on the wall. Alright, so we got the pistons out of it. Ooh, I hate these too. We're switching it over to a different rod. We're gonna make some power with it.
You don't think them rods a hole?
Look, it's a bolt in.
Right.
I hate these
That
rods.
one that's shot pins here.
Yeah. So the other style rod just
This
got
is the old rod.
Yeah. So the other style rod is like just a regular, just goes up in there and put a pin in it.
That's what
Sketchy. If one of them bolts came loose,
These are, I hate these rods. Yeah, we'll be changing this. We'll be switching it to a different.
So we ain't worried about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna use these rods just because of the style. I called to order the kit. He's like, "Is it the bolt in?" I said, "No, I don't want no bolt in." But he told me that's what this motor was.
You hear that, Braxton? This is what the motor is. It's a Honda.
don't look as bad as that.
I don't think you're gonna turn many RPMs with these bolt-ins.
I wouldn't be turning it like I do a burnout truck. It'd done come apart.
Well, these are scrap then. We don't even need these.
Yep, these are junk.
Braxton, you put these up in your room. Clean them up.
There you go.
I've got a liner and a piston and stuff we can compare them to. I can show you.
You could take that right there and clean that in your room.
She's apart. The crank looks good. so far. It looks like they did roll bearings in. They've rolled bearings in it at some point in time. They've had to. They don't look too bad. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you how to pull a liner.
Still got.
All right, she's down in there. We gotta reset it. Here, somebody hold this.
Oh!
Oh, crap.
Here, King, try this. That's what size it is. 16, right? Pretty much what I said a while ago.
That's too small.
You know, your camera kind of looks better than mine. Why is that? Did I clean my camera 24/7?
Here, try this.
Hold on.
Do it this way, right?
Oh, looks bigger.
No, it don't, Braxton.
Look at him.
Bigger or small?
Braxton's gonna be a little motorhead. He's gonna have a little piston knocking around in there.
Little necklace with piston.
What grease on? What grease? That's fun.
What happened there?
It's like it's just rolling.
I guess a decent one put on the heater. My hands are getting frozen.
My toes are getting cold. And I have 3 pairs of socks on.
You don't have 3 pairs of socks.
Look up, take my finger right now.
Good Lord. Here, well, it should be one of them. If it is, get him my inches. There's a red box underneath the toolbox. It's got them in it, okay?
I hear you.
Easily, yeah.
Where's these go?
I don't know.
Where's these go?
She's in there now.
What you hiding it for? Got something special? Alright, be right back in 2 shakes of lamps now.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna miss out. Oh!
Oh, yeah. Fits. So you just tighten it now?
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't. Gotta loosen it up, no wonder.
Oh, that's not.
You gotta loosen it before put it down in
I
there.
didn't even need to adjust it. Dang it.
Jeez.
I'm used to having to do it with a block of wood. I ain't used to having these fancy tools.
You know how I did it before?
How?
I did. Well, the first time I ever doing this.
Why do you just want them? Just pull it in.
Does it have like?
I might need to go 2 holes. Now, I borrowed one of these one time before I bought one. Loved it. These babies are expensive. I found this one on eBay for like 500 bucks.
Get all eBay. You know, I want to do a video of just building like a race car out of eBay. I wonder how long it'll last.
A lot of people do that these days.
Like eBay brand. Get sponsored by eBay.
So what does that do?
Pull the liner.
Dang it. Isn't there an O-ring that goes on those two?
Yep. Yep, that's how they put in.
Oh, there's O-ring. So that or
It'll pop loose here in a second. Come on, baby. Don't make me reset it.
you got plenty of. You got about 3 more turns.
gonna make me reset, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, maybe.
Yeah, it's still got.
No, dang it. Well. That sucks.
What about you?
Almost.
It's close.
Almost. It wasn't enough. It's pretty sweet though.
That's pretty cool. I'd say go one more. We wouldn't have to readjust it when we take the rest out. Should be just right.
Where she needs set. Need to mark it for Detroit.
Yeah. That.
The other way was for a cat. I just rebuilt it.
Look, here it is. Got some gas for a heater.
There we go.
Now we can do something. Done. Let's do it.
He was close. Go.
Yeah, right. Thailand.
Yeah, that ain't
There you go,
no blue
guys.
liner at all.
Try the ring, but making out as easy as that come out.
Woo! That's crazy. Proof's in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding.
That thing's crazy.
Look how old that is. That's what happens when you run water in one too.
Yeah, the liner rust.
Yeah, pitting and protrusion.
That's why you don't put water in a diesel.
Did you go over and check that Braxton's truck?
Which one, the blue one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got antifreeze in it?
Well, there's one liner, and that's the proof I needed right there. There's a lot of work to get to there, but well, we got about 7-8 hours pulling it apart, 10 maybe.
Yeah. Takes about.
But we got a lot of cleaning to do, and a lot of that's the hard part. When you get to the cleaning, you got to do the mains. And when you do the mains, you've got to do the thrust washers.
That's the main thing. If it ain't clean, you might as well just.
But you're not going to get it like clean. Your first 3 oil changes, like I was saying earlier.
Man, we do these all the time. You know how much scrap we have out here? Steel wise?
Well, like on Detroit, you don't have to do this much.
Oh yeah, we don't have much. You'll be surprised how much they do, because everybody coming down and doing it.
Knock on wood, we ain't had to build one of our motors in like 4 or 5 years. It's been a while.
The only one we've really redone is liners and stuff was that red one.
Yep.
That's when you first bought it.
Yep. When I first bought that red Freightliner Century, I pulled it in here and done the same thing. I completely went through it, brakes, drums, seals, went ahead and rebuilt the whole motor. Exactly what we're doing to this one. And that truck's ran for 4 years without any issues. You're a big jerk. There you go.
You got it, Braxton? Which he's in? Right now.
2 more. Alright guys, we're going to finish this video off. I just wanted to show you guys some of the findings we found on these pistons. Which one? Yeah, that's the one that we had the low compression issue on. Look how galled up that piston is.
Nuts.
Them rings were shot, wasn't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yeah, this is
Yep,
the ring.
that was the second hole. Yep.
I'm gonna break it off.
So second hole is the one we're having the main issue out of with. It was missing on. This is the one, and it would try to gain with the valves real loose. We actually did get it to fire on that cylinder some, but it was weak. But I'm gonna switch it over to a different style rod too. I don't like these rods. I like the ones that don't bolt together, just a solid rod. And here, I'll show you guys on the jugs. Got them cleaned up a little bit. I mean, look at these. That has got a lot of age on it. So the motor is tore apart. Now all we gotta do is do the mains, get it all cleaned up. Actually, we'll do the mains before we put it back together. Clean this motor up real good. I'm gonna have my buddy Mike come down and cut the block. So what we'll do is we'll cut these blocks, the block down. It don't look like it's ever been cut before. So we'll have him come cut this block and put shims in it, and that way the liners will be up where they need to be to seal the head gasket against the head. Get all this crap cleaned up, put new gaskets and everything in here. Because pulling the front cover on this motor is like a whole nother, it's just like rebuilding the motor. It's a job. You have to pull this whole front cover off and then go in there, and that's a nightmare. But we can go ahead and replace the football gasket and the O-ring and the little gasket that's on the head. That should take care of the oil leaks that it had. We'll get all of it cleaned up real good. Replace the hoses. We're gonna replace a lot of hoses on it, like this one back here, which is a nightmare when it blows on the road. We'll go ahead and put a brand new one on it. And we're gonna put a turbo and a manifold on it. Just a lot of different things I'm planning on doing with it, which you guys will be there for it. We're gonna do a whole build series on this engine and take you guys along with us. So, but that's where we're at with it. It is a part. As far as it's gonna be today, can't go much further. Guys, I really appreciate you being here for this build and being here for the guy that was misfortunate on buying this truck. He got scammed out of all that money. And right now, he's got as much money in this truck as he could go buy a really good truck for. He put, I think, $8,000 into it in 2 different shops, which they should have caught this right off the rip. Just like we did. If you diagnose it properly, you wouldn't have an issue. They should have said, hey, motor's wore out, radiator's dirty, you know, and then he wouldn't have had to spend all this money and then have to come to me. If I was charging him labor, oh my God, it would be, let's see, he'd have a $11,000 bill here probably. So putting that much more into the truck would be, it just wouldn't be worth it. So we are going to help him out, and I hope you guys get to help him out some too. And as always, we appreciate you watching. Be sure to leave us a comment and talk about this deal. The last video, I think, has got over 1,000 comments on it. So let's see if we can get 1,100 or 1,200 comments on this one, 6,000 likes, and hopefully bring some light to this whole situation. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in the next video.